Back out here at Jake's Furnishings, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Give Jake a call at 735-1212 or go online to jakesfurnishings.com. Josh Komnick along with furniture guy Jake Johnston, and also head railer coach Neil Alexander is with us as always every Saturday. And also we've got a couple of
kids off the street, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what Coach said. He's bringing in the clippers and everything. It's time to get the haircuts and stuff going out. Austin Krusz, Bobby Dunovsky, and Adam Conrady. Austin is a junior forward, Bobby a junior guard, and Adam Conrady, the big man, is the center, mainly for the sophomore squad, but has been getting some minutes, and we'll talk to all those guys. Krusy right now has the mic, right, Austin?
Yeah.
All right, he's ready. He's ready for 10 Question Tuesday, as you were part of that. Kids, I've got it on the iPad now, and my kids watch it almost every night. They love that Krusy dance that they did. How much fun was that, Austin?
A lot. We like to have some fun, joke around a little bit.
Just until Coach finds out.
Yeah.
Right. Krusz, Austin Krusz, a huge member of the Railer team, 24-4 on the season after that big 58-42 victory. Austin, the quarterback on the football team also, but Austin, coming off the bench, what's one of your roles in your mind when you're coming off the bench, mainly to spell guys, or you've been a huge part of this Railer team? What's your mindset coming off the bench?
Playing hard to gain boards. I mean, if I can get Gavin and Edward a break, I don't need to score too much. Just fill in, I'll let them score on me.
Yeah, you've definitely done that any time that they've needed a break, or it's just your turn to come in, foul trouble, whatever it may be. Definitely held your own. What's this part of the season, 24-4? Any idea that you had this many wins in you for this season?
I don't know. We knew we were going to be pretty good. We could play good. So, I mean, it's been a great season. We've had a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun, and you can definitely tell you guys have a lot of fun out there. And in the last couple of games, you even stepped out of generally you're 10 feet on the baseline is money shot for Austin, Coach, but lately you've put in the 3-shot for Austin, and he's 50%. I mean, I'm just buying for a couple more for him.
I didn't put it in. No, but Austin plays a great role. I mean, he goes in and he'll do whatever you ask, and those are the type of kids you got to have a successful program. And we have a lot of fun with it. But he knows his limitations, he knows his strengths, he knows his weaknesses, and he goes to them. And he plays hard, and that's what he's got to do. And he's played that role to the fullest. And again, you got to have those type of players to have a successful years, and he just does what he can to contribute, and that makes our team pretty good.
Austin, talk a little bit about that 3 at the buzzer, I believe, just last weekend when you shot it, and did you know it was going in?
No.
No.
See, he wants me to call his number.
No. Go ahead.
Joey put it in the right spot, I guess, because I didn't have really any time to get it off, and I just kind of threw it up there and hoped for the best. Not
a lot of time to think about it as the clock was winding down, and but all in all, it went in. Austin, in your eyes, you got just a few more games left tonight. Of course, Will plays his last game. Talk a little bit about what Will's meant to this team this year.
He's a leader. He's a guy we can look up to and know that since he's playing hard every time, we can.
And also, what do you guys have to do? Of course, your ultimate goal is to get to Peoria, but first things first, to get out of the regional. What do you guys got to do to win the regional?
Play hard and execute our stuff. I mean, we have a good team. We can do it. We just need to make sure we're focused.
Yeah, and Austin, pass that on over to your partner there, fellow junior and guard Bobby Dunovsky. And Bobby, thanks for coming in this morning. Any idea that you guys would have this kind of season so far?
No, we always know we could be pretty good as long as we played our game and played hard every day.
Yeah, and Bobby is another guy off the bench that plays the wing position and has been able to come in and spell some time for a lot of the wings that will get breaks. But Bobby, going through the season, was there one point in the season that you thought, we might put together a pretty good record and have a chance to go pretty far?
Oh yeah, well, I'd say after like the first Lanphier game, we started playing really well, and it was a big win for us. And our first Southeast game was a sign that we could do great things past the regular season.
Coach, Bobby, just another, like you said, with Austin, you gotta have guys that come off the bench and provide sparks or whatever their role may be, and Bobby does the same thing.
Exactly, you know, and you know, he's kind of a specialist. You know, he's got to be able to, you know, spot up and shoot, and that's his strength. And you know, if you know, for him, it's a bad thing because we don't see a lot of zones, but he's definitely would be considered a guy that we could use against some zones and things. But you know, he's another one. Our kids all work hard, and Bobby's no different than the rest of them. They come in, they work, they put the time in, and those are things that you know, makes you successful. Bobby,
you've got, of course, Will's got the senior night, and I just asked Austin what he's meant to himself and this team, and what's your view on the last game at Roy S. for Will?
Will's a great kid, works hard every day, comes in, like, you never expect anything but the best from him. He's a great leader and a great kid on and off the court.
Yeah, and guys, a guy you can definitely learn from. And Bobby, for this team to wrap up the Central State 8, hopefully a win at Lanphier next week, and we pray that Chatham comes up with a great game next Friday. But looking into the regional, you've got several opponents that we really haven't seen a lot this year, but what are the Railers going to have to do to go on?
Well, we're just going to have to play our game. We're going to have to play hard. We're going to have to rebound. And as long as we're playing hard, rebounding, our shots will fall in. We'll just play our game.
Bobby, thanks for coming in. Hand that over to the big man, the sophomore, Adam Conrady. And Adam, again, thanks for joining us here this morning. And we'll talk a little more at the sophomore level with you. That's where you spend most of your time right now, but it's closely coming, Coach, where this man will be out on the varsity floor a lot more than he is now.
Well, you know, Adam's a big, you know, big boy. I mean, he's big, and you know, for him to be as big as he is, and it's going to take him a little bit more time to get into his body and things, but he's made great strides this year. You know, he's gotten much more aggressive, and you know, he's going to be one that's going to give us a very solid post type thing, presence on the block. And I think for you to advance and to get to the next level, you have to have a post-up guy that you can go to and that can get you some points. And you know, he's getting great minutes at the sophomore level. The sophomore team is excelling, and you know, he's a big reason why. You know, if you look out when you watch the sophomores, he looks like kind of out of place out there because he's so much bigger than the other kids, and right now he's starting to dominate.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Adam, 21-1 on the season, a big win last night, 55-27. Obviously, as Coach said, you're the big man and a big part of that success for the sophomores. Any idea that you guys would only be having one loss right now?
Well, yeah, because in the summer we didn't lose too many games. I mean, I thought before the season that we could possibly go undefeated.
And
so
that's what you like, Coach.
Yeah. Got to have that type of attitude.
Yeah, we're not losing any basketball games around here, and that only one loss was in the Chatham tournament to a overtime loss to Jacksonville. But Adam, as you progress in your basketball career and at the sophomore level, you guys have obviously played a lot together with Will Cook and Gage Vince. You know, all those guys at Evil Air, all those guys that you've played with. What are some of the things, you know, to finish out this season that you got to keep doing?
I mean, we just got to keep playing hard and executing and rebounding. Just the main things.
And yourself personally, this year, I thought from game 1 to game 22 now, we've seen a different Adam Conrady. What has been your mindset as far as the season going on?
Well, I just kind of got more of, you know, like knowing like what I need to do before the games and getting ready, getting prepared, and it's just all going into place.
Yeah, Coach, we're not used to, or in years past, not used to throwing a guy the ball, and I think that becomes repetition for our guards to you know, can I throw it in there? We haven't had a guy that can actually score on the block for quite a while. Our sophomores are getting that when he's open. They've been getting the ball, and you've been seeing some great moves by Adam.
Yeah, you know, we've been working with him, and you know, he's doing a great job. Again, you know, you're going to see great strides between now and next November because he's going to grow into his body. He's going to become more mature. and hopefully he's going to get a little bigger. So we just keep hoping for that, and you know, I know those things are going to happen because Adam is a hard worker, and you know, he listens, and he'll do exactly what you tell him. And you know, when you got kids like that, you know, you're going to make they're going to get better.
Yeah, I love the moves down low. I love the strength inside, and I also love the aggressiveness that he's going to rebound right now, and it's a huge part. And when you can rebound with a big guy and get your guards down the floor, the sophomores have looked exceptional this year. Again, 21-1 on the season. Adam, between now and really when you step into those varsity shoes next year, what's the biggest thing you've got to work on?
Well, I just need to really work on my left hand and get stronger on that side, and just my whole body needs to get stronger because I'm going against bigger guys and stuff. Yeah,
it'll definitely be a change. Guys, thanks for coming in, and Coach, real quickly before we let you go, Moline again, early start again tonight.
Again tonight at 5 o'clock. Saturday games I think have pretty much moved to the 5 o'clock start. So get out there, and again, we've got fan appreciation night after the varsity game where we have barbecue and Coke and chips free. Again, that's sponsored by Grau Chevrolet and IGA, our co-sponsors, and you come in and the kids will be there to sign autographs, and it's kind of a neat thing after the last home game. And it's also senior night. We'll honor Will and Stephen prior to the varsity game, which will be probably around 6:15 or so.
Yeah, like sophomore games don't take long when you're whipping them all the time.
Not at all, and that's another thing. Come out at 5 o'clock because this will be the last chance you get to see the sophomores here at home, and you know, they've got 2 games remaining, and hopefully they can finish strong with those 2 games. And tonight will be a challenge for both teams. Moline is a traditionally rich basketball program. Sophomores have been good. If any of you remember last year, Tyler Horsham hit a shot falling down for 3 to beat him up there in the sophomore game. So,
and he had about 8 of them, I think, that game. It seemed like. I know he had 6 or 7 at least. Threes.
So you know, it'll be a fun night. So hopefully everyone will come out again. I thought we had a great crowd last night, and you know, the support was there for the kids, and it really makes it a lot easier for them to play. But sophomores are just as fun to watch as a varsity group. So hopefully we'll have another great crowd tonight to honor our seniors, as well as see a couple good basketball games.
Yeah, Coach, also real quickly, Steve Sauer announced going to be announcing his last game tonight. 35 years. They thought it maybe somewhere over 1,000 games, basketball, football, and girls softball. So a great tribute last night to Mr. Sauer.
Exactly, and you know, that's what makes the program so solid, is you got people who make a commitment and everything, and he's been there, and he's been the voice for 35 years. So again, as time moves on, there's changes that come, and that will be a loss for the Railers, and hopefully somebody will have some big shoes to fill. And you know, I don't know how the administration will fill that, but we are looking.
Sounds good, Coach. Well, good luck tonight, and guys, thanks for coming in again, and we'll hopefully have you in here next Saturday as the Railers bring home a win tonight and also a win on the road at Lanphier next week. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We'll be out at Jake's Furnishings. You're listening to Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCN Road online. In Lincoln, Illinois. Actually, 1100 Woodlawn, Jake's Furnishings.
Right there.
Josh Komnick along with the furniture guy, Jake Johnston, and we are out at the furniture store today. Jake, just head coach, and a couple of players in, Austin Krusz, Bobby Dunovsky, and Adam Conrady. Want to thank them for coming in. Also want to have a big thanks for Tony Schilling and Terry Biggs last night. Had them on at halftime to talk a little bit about, of course, a Railer part of the family passed this past week, and Coach John Welsh, and they talked a little bit about what Coach meant to not only themselves, the team, the Railer program, but just as a man, as a life.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, not only that, but the impact he made in the community, and also to other students. I mean, myself.
Just a great teacher.
Yeah, great teacher, and you know, one of those guys that always had a joke for you, or you know, he could make you. You could feel real good when you got done talking to Coach Welsh, or you're thinking about life a lot differently. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know you just listen to a lot of guys, and obviously there's nothing but great things. And that was a sad day for Lincoln, because he was so involved in a lot of the things. And you talk with Coach Alexander, and you know, even some of the prior coaches are just like the players that we had on last night. I wasn't fortunate enough to play for him, but he was one of the main instruments. This Raylor program, this tradition, is what it is, and we were definitely saddened by
well, that was
by
another
Coach
thing
Welsh.
Coach was talking about. So many of these guys dedicate themselves to something,
Right.
and it makes what we have as a Lincoln Raylor program, and
Special.
especially in basketball.
Yeah.
It makes it special. Yeah, exactly.
Mason City was a winner last night to have a share with Pleasant Plains. Man, what a conference that is. Pleasant Plains at one time was ranked number 1 in 2A, and Mason City, the Cougars, are ranked number 1 in 1A, but they're going to share the Sangamo. They were winners 66-55 over New Berlin. Olympia took a defeat last night 68-48, and Hardham had a bad one last night. Hayworth 84-55. Hardham, so 84-55. Also, real quick, from the regional that we're going to be in just a 2 weeks,
Yeah, 2 weeks.
away already. Eisenhower was a winner over Champaign Central, 57-48. Central Catholic was a winner over Pontiac, 62-37. U-High won over Rantoul, 78-52. U-High is the number 2 ranked team in that regional. The number 3 ranked team, Bloomington, beat Danville 55-43. So the regional scores there, just some interest as we wrap up this season already, Jake. It's closely coming to an end as the Raylers, again, 5 o'clock start for the sophomore team. Sophomore team 21-1. Get out and check them out. And then senior night, again, 6:30.
It's fun tonight, and like Coach said afterwards, they've got something that's right up your alley, free food.
You're dang right. And I even have an excuse that my kids absolutely love it. They've already got the programs out, and they got the pins ready. They got them last night.
Get the autographs.
Oh, yeah, they'll be there for
now,
hours.
do you use a black or a blue pen?
Oh, black.
Do you?
Black.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Sharpie. It's got to be full
All
print, and they love every minute of it. They might even get a jersey. It's hard telling what they'll come up with to get signed tonight, but they love it, and as do a lot of other youth in our community that get a chance to go out and get real close to the guys that they get to watch.
Well, I tell you,
night.
look at some of the guys that are on the roster this year. It's a good year to get some autographs.
No.
Really good players, and to be honest, still players of the future too.
Oh man, one senior, and you got to like your. Well, I love our chances this year. I just love this team. It's just a fun team.
Well, we were
to
talking.
watch.
A couple buddies of mine. We were all gathered around talking some sports, and one of the things got brought up about how hard they are to guard. I mean, they pass extremely well. They can penetrate very well as well. They have got good feet, and you put those two things together with the ability to shoot the way they do, and it's going to be a tough night for a lot of teams as long as Lincoln's on.
Very well balanced, and that's about as good as you can put it. They can do it from a number of different ways, and they're good this year. I think they're going to go far. It's going to take a bad night for them not to.
Yeah.
But then again, you have the opportunity for next year to be really something special.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to be honest, you look at how the regional's set up. I'm not saying they have to be playing their best game ever, but if they're playing a good game,
you like our chances.
I like our chances.
Yeah.
You could see them in Peoria. I could see them there.
Yeah. They're number 7 ranked for a reason.
Yeah.
Somebody thinks they're pretty good. So and we do too. And I've had the enjoyment to watch them almost every game this year. So it's been fun, and hopefully we keep it going. One team that is again fun to watch, Jake, is the Illini. And they're going to be squaring off against Northwestern tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Of course, we lost that game against Northwestern here just a couple months ago, a month ago or whatever it was. A bad loss, really. But Northwestern, is without their best player, Swapshire, who has messed up a leg somehow. Well, he's not playing.
Again.
So it increases your chances that the Illini will come out with a W. It's interesting to think this Illinois squad, who at one time was ranked 10th in the country, might be the 6th or 7th seed in the Big Ten tournament, not the NCAA tournament, the Big Ten tournament. I mean, we've talked about it, but everybody talks about how loaded the conference is. But you think of a team that was one time ranked 6th or 10th in the nation, could be a 6th seed in the Big Ten tournament. Oh man, what a tournament that's going to be.
What a tournament that's going to be. And they're starting to do the things that we talked about last week they needed to do. They need to have a string of games, put a couple of them together, especially after that big win, and they've done exactly that, and they're looking good moving forward. This is another big test though, man.
Yeah, on the road.
Northwestern plays that slow down offense, slow down game, and it does not sit well with Coach Krusz. You can see that in the first time that it went around. It wasn't even a close game. I mean, to be honest, it was a blowout. When you lose by 10 to Northwestern, it's like losing by 30. And it really it's a big game. They need this. This is another must win. They've got to get this one. They've got to keep moving forward. So we'll see what happens. But DJ Richardson named Player of the Week.
Well, he's been the guy. Yeah, he's been the guy that's been carrying him. I mean, any big shot they've needed, whether it was at Nebraska several weeks ago, or is against Indiana, or is it at Minnesota just a couple days ago, he's hit the big ones.
Yeah.
And man, has he been tough to guard lately. And the defense is starting to pick back up. It looks like the first part of the season that we're having fun again.
Yep. And Tyler Griffey again is making shots.
Yeah.
And you and I talked about that a lot last week. And it's amazing when he's making shots. It's almost like it's effortless for the Illini to roll through other teams.
Yeah, it's just another guy you got to guard, and it's been fun again to watch. Hopefully, what they're doing now is any game now is huge, win or loss, because one, it gets you set up for that Big Ten tournament, obviously. But if you can win 3 out of the next 4 or whatever the schedule looks like, and then maybe get a couple at the Big Ten tournament. You don't want to be that 8 or 9 seed, I don't think, because you've got to play that 1 seed the second game.
Yep.
And boy, if you're able to get through the first one, but you don't want to be playing number 1 normally the second game of the tournament.
But then again, I'll be honest, this team I don't know how you feel about this team. This has kind of a mid-major conference feel to it. The team does. That, if they get in a tournament, they could be kind of scary to play. With the way they shoot the ball, and I'm not going to say it's consistent defense, but it's a sporadic defense, whereas if they're playing at number 1, they could really come to play, and all bets are off. I'd hate to bet against them against about anybody, to be honest.
Well, when we were rolling, we went to Gonzaga and beat them on their home court, and now they're ranked 3rd or 4th. So, we've been there. We've played the big games, and that's what I like about this group. We've got some seniors, DJ Richardson, Brandon Paul, and some guys that are coming off the bench with a little bit of experience. But again, it's going to be a brutal test in the Big Ten tournament. And can you get through that? Yes. And then you've got hopefully we're in the tournament, and we have some fun with that.
Absolutely. It should be a fun end of the year, and running right into the. As we're going into high school basketball tournaments, regionals, we're also going to be going into the Big Ten tournament here very shortly. Yeah,
which is at Chicago. So the seedings, we coming out here in just a couple weeks for that. The Missouri Valley, which a tournament I love to watch. Of course, down in St. Louis, that'll be coming up here in just a couple of weeks. So it's coming around that time of year where it's tournament time. Your favorite, baseball, has hit spring training for the most part. Some guys not quite yet checked in, but some are, and going full spring. Going to be going full speed with that.
Absolutely. You got the baseball classic coming up here very shortly.
You like that?
Yes and no. To be honest, I don't really like the American side of it. I've told you before, I love watching baseball. I'd love to scout baseball if I could. But I love watching the Caribbean players play, and even the Mexico and Venezuela and all these. It's really a different atmosphere. It's almost like a college basketball game, and you'd be in the student section. That's very much how it is. Whereas the American and the Canadian version of it is much more like a Major League Baseball game. It's a little more dull. The fans aren't into it as much, and understandably so. To be honest, the World Baseball Classic, for those teams there,
it's their World Series.
It's their World Series, and it comes down to just a few games. So they put everything they have into it, which is just beautiful to see.
Jake, I think that's going to do it here.
We're going to wrap it up a little bit early today?
Well, I've got, just a couple minutes. I've got to get out.
Tell the fans what's going on.
Well, Carson starts his league out at the YMCA, so 10 o'clock start. I've got to hustle out and get, not that I'm coaching, but I'll probably yell at some point on the sideline. But no, I had fun with that. We're going to go out and watch a little more basketball. Of course, then we'll be out at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium tonight for the senior night. I hope everybody can come out. If you can't make it, of course.
Come out, bring, like you said, bring the Sharpie markers, bring some things to get autographed.
Face, arms, I don't.
Whatever,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to wash them for a week.
It's like Gilmore. Happy Gilmore. You're probably signing stuff everywhere. Hey, Jake, thanks for having us out at the store again today, and it's been fun as always. And hopefully, we're bringing Coach and the guys back in next week for a Central State 8 championship.
Absolutely. Sounds like a good time.
That's going to do it. We'll see you next week.